my name's Danny. I'm with TCM Models and Talent. So how did I get into yoga? I was introduced to yoga at 12 years old by my mom. As kids, we used to actually spend whole summers in Mexico, and particularly in Baja California. And she kind of like tricked me and my little sister into going to do this thing. This must have been maybe 1998, 1999. So I didn't know what yoga was. I was 12. I was like, okay, let's go do this thing. But little did I know it would be something that I would be doing all the way up to now. So that was my first experience with it. My favorite discipline of yoga, my favorite all-time discipline of yoga would be hot vinyasa. I really like sweating and being active. It seems to be a more active discipline of yoga, but I really like all kinds. I love yin yoga just with the calming effect of it. I love doing traditional it's not really called Bikram yoga anymore, but that kind of original 26 postures, hour-and-a-half type of yoga where it's in a really hot room. I do love that. That was the first kind I ever tried, but vinyasa seems to be my favorite. I always go to that one first if I can. Currently, with everything being shut down, I don't really get to practice in a hot studio, so I've been doing more yin style yoga on my own at home, and it's just nice to do before bedtime. It has a calming effect. It slows down your heart rate because there's such a high emphasis on your breath. So that's what I currently do the most. Do I ever practice outside? If I get the opportunity to, I will. Particularly in the summertime, it's really nice to get outside and just be able to, do it in the grass, just be close to the earth and just breathe. We don't get to do that, I guess, for several months out of the year. It's currently snowing here. So I do like to do yoga outside when I have the opportunity. My favorite outdoor yoga experience would be my very first experience with it when I was in Mexico. I feel so lucky that was my first experience and introduction into yoga. I don't think it could have been a more ideal situation doing yoga under a big palapa, on the beach in Mexico. It was magical, and it's still one of my favorite experiences I've had to this day. What do I like most about yoga in my life? I think with everything in particular that's been going on over the last year, but just in general in life, I think it's always so high paced. There's always some level of stress. There's always somewhere we gotta be. There's always something we have to do, and I love that yoga reserves at least for me an hour at the very least of time where I just get to connect with my body again and kind of ground myself. I think it's really easy to get caught up in how fast paced our lives are, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to dedicate time to just feel in my body again and feel that connection again. My favorite hike and why? That's a really hard one because we live in the Northwest and the amount of hikes and opportunities to explore the outdoors is endless. But I would say my favorite hike would be any kind of hike in the alpine wilderness, but the one that sticks out to me is the Tuck and Robin Lake hike. Part of it is that it's a grinder of a hike. I think I want to say it's maybe 16 miles round trip, maybe. But it's long enough that you probably want a backpack, which is what we did. So, we've got heavy packs and we're taking all our stuff out there, and you have to earn it. You got to earn it to get up there. And it is worth it. It's so stunning. There's crystal clear alpine lakes and mountain goats, and the rocks are just huge, and it's just quiet and beautiful. I've got to say that one really sticks out. It's a nice alternative to doing a full enchantments hike. Not as quite a commitment. The longest hike I've ever done, I would say, is not much more than that. I'd say probably more around the 20 mile mark. But that's more so just because we just haven't done it. I wouldn't be opposed to going for a longer one, so if the opportunity presented itself. So yeah, well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a nice day.